Thank you. Do you know what almost every superhero in the movies have in common? They do their best not to let anyone know that they actually are a superhero. I work in the movie business, and I love movies. But most of all, I love the characters in so many good films. And as I've watched all these movies, I've noticed that there's so much that we can learn from these movie characters we all know. And if we are lucky, we can find some of these characteristics in our own business environments. You see, we have learned to value leadership positions very highly. And we have learned to value some key positions in an organization. And then we have these valuable resources without the fancy titles that we probably don't even recognize. Let's take Batman, for example. He has this crazy cool gadget, the finest car there is, and I'm sorry, Elon, you really can't compete with the Batmobile. And he has the bat suit. But under that suit is a perfectionist. And now I need you to picture Batman's wardrobe, because do you know how hard it is to find pictures of the insides of other people's wardrobes on Google? It's impossible. But he has these perfectly lined up clothes. His suit is inside this glass container, and the inside of his car is very, very neat, very much unlike my car. But what does Batman do with his perfectionism? He creates this vision of a perfectly criminal-free Gotham City, and he works very hard to achieve his vision. He doesn't have a team to lead, and he's not that thrilled about having his name published in the papers. And if we take that Batman perfectionism into real life, here's the story. I recently witnessed 4 groups that worked to win a competition. They were developing this digital product, its go-to-market strategy, and their final presentation they were supposed to pitch their idea. So there were 4 groups with 4 members in each of the groups. But one of these groups had a perfectionist in it, and you could actually see the difference in the dynamics when these groups started to work together, because this one person was all about the quality, about the details of the strategy and the effort they were supposed to put in their final presentation. So what happened is that the rest of the group started to work harder. They started to level up. They started to work on every little detail of the project and the strategy and their presentation. And I'm not sure if the group really realized what happened, because the bar was just set so much higher than it was in the beginning of the project. And in fact, in the morning, at the day of the final presentations, one of the group members shared that he had woken up in the middle of the night going through his slides. And that was the exact same thing that happened to the perfectionist. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night, having PowerPoint slides running in front of your eyes. So they laughed together, at their dedication. And this group won the competition by far. No question about it, they delivered because they had worked on every little detail of the project, and they were so excited. But let's move on to the funny one, because it's not always just about the hard work. You need to have some fun while at it. One of the best examples of someone who knows to have fun is Deadpool, and I'm going to show you a clip.
Yeah, but this ain't a life worth living, is it?
Now, I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s. Dad?
He's like so screwed, and he makes a joke about it. Think about it, funny people make work more enjoyable for everyone. Did you know that there's actually evidence of that funny people are more emotionally intelligent, more self-aware? They have no need to promote their self-importance, but instead they promote the importance of everybody else. And that creates this atmosphere where people feel confident about themselves. And in a startup-minded era like this, when all we talk about is how we should experiment more and fail fast, this is the person you want to work with. And then we have the spy. The spy, you probably know actually this guy, it's James Bond. And then we have Jason Bourne. And that's Natalia Simonova from James Bond, The GoldenEye. And that's, by the way, Boris, my favorite ever programmer. And a very famous spy, even Austin Powers. The spy knows your organization and the people in it inside out. They work as these undercover detectives that knows what's going on in each department. And if they notice something that could be done better, the magic starts to happen. Because these people care about your business, you know, like James Bond cares about saving the world every time. And they work as these in-between department links that introduces people to each other, that sees possibilities for synergies and sees opportunities. The spy is going to be your best advisor when implementing a new strategy throughout your organization. So now you probably wonder if you have all these talents, yourself or working in your organization, the perfectionist, the funny one, the spy, these valuable people that themselves lift the performance of your entire organization. And think about it. They have these characteristics you can't replace with artificial intelligence. And these people are not going to walk up to you and say that, did you notice that I make everyone perform a bit better? I've never heard anyone say that. So from this very moment, it's up to you to recognize these people and give them some credit. Thank you.